self-confidence. Without that skill, and I use the word skill intentionally, without that skill, we are useless as a soccer player. Because when you lose sight or belief in yourself, we're done for. I use the definition of self-confidence to be the ability or the belief to believe in yourself to accomplish any task, no matter the odds, no matter the difficulty, no matter the adversity. The belief that you can accomplish it. Self-confidence. Some of you are saying, great, I don't have it, I'm so shy, I'll never do good. And you start to drag all the way down here. But I use the word skill, because I believe it can be trained. And I'll show you a couple of ways in which we do. Hopefully I won't run out of time. I don't use any slides because my speech always goes here, here, or here. So we'll see which way we get to. The easiest way to build self-confidence. There's no magic button. I can't say, hey, this plane is going down. Who can fly it? Put your hand up. I can. I'm confident. Repetition, 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 right? What does Malcolm Gladwell call it? The 10,000 hour rule? There's no magic button. I recruited a goalie from Colombia, South America one year. Big, tall, 6'3" man. He had hands like stone. I thought he was like Flipper. Every time I throw him the ball, down onto the ground. I was like, oh my God, we're in trouble. Simple solution. Get to the wall, kick a ball against the wall and catch it. Kick the ball against the wall and catch it. His goal was 350 a day for 8 months. He came back, his hands were calloused. The moisture on his hands were literally gone. He is now playing in Europe. Magic? No. Repetition, repetition, repetition. The problem is we expect to be self-confident, but we can't be unless the skill or the task we're doing is not novel, is not new to us. We want to be in a situation where we've had so much pressure in that, and what I mean, because pressure builds diamonds, we want to be in a situation where, hey, I've done this 1,000 times. I did my speech, and I practiced in front of the mirror. Hey, I'm sounding good. And then I read in front of my kids and my wife. It's like, oh gosh, got a little nervous. Then I get in front of Glenn Gould. Oh my goodness, I'm a little more nervous. By the time I get to the ACG, where 2,500 people, can't say anymore, right? 2,500 people, where 2,500 people are there, I won't have a single ounce of nervousness because of my ability to practice.
Confidence. Many people feel like they need reasons to be confident. That, well, if I were prettier, I would feel confident. If I was attractive, then I would feel confident. I want to challenge this. I was thinking about this the other day. When you see a guy in a relationship, and he may not be the best looking guy in the world by objective standards, but his woman thinks he is the sexiest guy on earth because he just carries himself in a certain way. He just commands a room. He commands himself. He has this, he really owns it in every situation. When she goes out, he's not worried about what she's wearing. He's not worried that other guys are going to hit on her. He's not worried about being jealous and petty things like that. Instead, he says, you look stunning. You're going to be the most beautiful person in the room tonight. Go have fun. And he can be so confident with it. That guy is unbelievably attractive. The same way as a woman who doesn't get scared because her guy is hot, doesn't get scared because she thinks that other women would be after her guy. She goes out, and when she's with him, she can, in a funny and playful way, say to him, I have the best looking guy in the room. I actually feel bad for all of these other people that I have the best guy in the room. And she can smile at it. When a woman hits on him, she can smile about it and laugh it off because she knows how wonderful she is. She knows that she brings something incredible to the table. She knows that he's lucky to be with her. To go back to our initial thought, how can I be confident, Matt? I'm not attractive enough. I say this to you. It's confidence itself that makes you attractive.
Self-confidence is the sum total result of your self-esteem, your self-respect, your sense of personal value, and a whole lot of things that have happened to you throughout your life. Self-confidence is like physical fitness. You need to build your self-confidence by engaging in certain behaviors that make you feel more and more confident about who you are and what you're doing. So you start with what we call your inner self. How do people develop high levels of self-confidence? Well, we found that the flip side of self-confidence is called self-efficacy. That means that you are good, or you feel that you are good at what you do. One of the fastest ways to build self-confidence is to think through clearly who you are and what you want, to think about the skills that you will need to build a wonderful life and career, and then to work every day on becoming better and better at something that is important to you. What happens is, as you feel better and better in these skill areas, people will compliment you and say, you know, you're very good at that, or you did a good job at that, or they'll stand back and be amazed. And as they admire you for your improving skills, your self-confidence in your ability to do that thing goes up and up. I'll give you an example. When I started off in selling, I didn't get any training at all. I was just told to go out and knock on doors and make sales. And I did. I wasn't afraid to make sales or to make calls, but I didn't have any skills, and I never made any sales. Sometimes I would start at 7 or 8 in the morning when people came to work, and I would work all day, and then I would go and knock on apartment doors and houses right up until 9, even 10 o'clock at night. Sometimes I would work 14 hours and never make a sale. Now, my self-confidence was at an all-time low until somebody came along and said, you know, there's a logical, proven process for making sales, starting with prospecting property, building rapport, identifying needs, and so on. And if you follow the process, you'll make sales. So I began to follow a process, and I began to make sales. Within a year, my income had gone up dramatically, but my self-confidence was so high, I started to recruit and train other people.